Hey, hi everybody. Uh, Today I'm just doing some homework for Phil Mam. Uh, uh, Basically, the idea is that I'm going to be grammatically eventually doing uh, 251 chord changes um, in all of their inversions. I am not intending or attempting to get through all of that on live video, but I figured it's what I'm working on today, so I would come and throw that out there to come and hang out. All right, so I'm going to start with G major. All right, so G major. So 2 would be A minor. 5 is D dominant, and 1 obviously is G major. So basically, the idea behind the exercise is first to do root position arpeggios. So to keep it in 4/4, we're going to do 2, 5, 1, 1. So it'll be a little like this. All right, start from the beginning. And you get the idea of how the cadence works and how it's supposed to sound. The idea behind doing things like this, as opposed to just my previous homework from Phil Mann, was to run the harmonization of every single key, meaning G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D dominant, E major, F sharp, minor, flat 5, and back to G major. And then doing that through the whole thing, and then doing every inversion of it. Phil Mann likes to give lots of homework. So, though it's good, it's great for fretboard knowledge, it's not very musical, and I understand his take on that. So basically, the idea is, instead of doing things that are just academic, do things that are going to bridge the gap between the knowledge that you need and the practice that you're going to be doing while you perform. You're not going to sit there and go through a G major scale harmonization in a show or in any song ever. You are going to, however, have and even though that does still sound very academic, you're basically just going straight from root. It's still far more practical than going through and arpeggiating all the harmonizations of any specific key. So that was root, by the way. That was just the root. The second part of this exercise is to then go through the inversions. Now, if you're not familiar what inversions are, you have root, third, fifth, seventh, and a seventh chord. So your first inversion would be third, root, third, fifth, seventh, root. So with your A minor, instead of hitting the root first, you go third, fifth, seven, root. Your D dominant, third, 5, 7, root. So sounds a little like this. Hopefully I don't screw it up. Yay! I didn't screw it up this time. Hi, Donna. All right, so that's first inversion. And granted, right now I'm only working on the G because it's easy and accessible. But once you get the patterns down and you get the muscle memory, changing from a G to a B is just a matter of, okay, well, now I'm doing B. It's the same motion, it's just in a different spot, and that's kind of key with writing bass lines, writing bass licks, is that everything be transferable. So now we have our fifth. The inversion starting from the fifth, the second inversion, we have a fifth here, right? We also have our fifth here. 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, root 3. 5, 7, root 3. With our D, here's where we run into a problem. D, it's 5, 7, root, and then I'm out of strings. So, the D's third is the F sharp. I can go all the way up here, or Phil Man likes to use his little cheat, and I know I'm referencing him a lot because it's his fucking homework. When it comes to seventh chords, I like to do this when it comes to fifth chords, especially when you're starting from this root here. The fifth is here, so, and ta-da. And I'm also already in position for my B, my G. So it sounds a little like this. So, thanks, Jim Smith. The ever infamous Jim Smith popping into the chat to say hi. So, our second inversion, again, starting from the fifth. And then our final inversion, the third inversion, which would be starting from the seventh chord. As I said, Phil Man prefers to start from the low seven underneath the root note. So 7, 3, 7, root, 3, 5, 7, root, 3, 5, 7, root, 3, 5. 7, root 3, 5. So that sounds a little like this. Let me get my chi back there. So let's do this again. Um, so yeah, I still have to work on this one, by the way. Just going to be completely fair here. um, uh, but those are all the inversions. And learning a 2-5-1 chord progression is kind of important for jazz. It's also important for pop music. There's a lot of 2-5-1 because it's the 5-1 is considered perfect cadence. It resolves really well. This leads into it gives you this sense of motion. Da-da-da-da. And I'm not going to sing anymore. It's important to learn because you really need to, as a bassist, unless you're going to sit there and just play the changes, and especially when you consider jazz bass, you are literally playing the changes. Whenever you're doing walking bass lines, you are playing those changes. You're always highlighting because your job as a bassist is to highlight the chords. So again, I hope this was helpful. If you guys want to come hang out, that's cool. If not, that's cool too. If you want to like and subscribe, that's cool. If not, that's cool too. I'm pretty easygoing when it comes to that kind of stuff. And you all have a great day, and peace out.